Okay, so good evening everyone and welcome to this evening's Team Talk. I'm the hostess with the mostess for this evening. We've got an action-packed night for you planned. We have two, what I know will be amazing team member testimonials. Okay, and then I am going to be sharing with you some wonderful information. I'm going to give you a glimpse of the new website. As it's progressing, it's not finished, it's work in progress, but it's nice to have a little glimpse and get excited at what's coming your way, because I absolutely know that it's going to make a huge difference as we have everything in lovely little compartments that will make it so much easier for you to access all the information that you need to be able to build your business. Okay, and I'm also going to share with you some thoughts that I have as to why it's absolutely essential to be on LRP. And I'm going to share with you some thoughts. They are going to come from the heart and the soul. I apologize in advance for my excessive levels of enthusiasm when I talk about that, because I absolutely believe it 100%. So let's get this show on the road. Now, just so everyone who's watching knows, as you look at the top of your Zoom screen, you'll notice it says you've got some little boxes, and one of them is speaker view. And if you click on it, you can actually have it so that whoever is doing the talking, it spotlights them and they become big on the screen instead of just seeing lots of little boxes. Okay, so I'm just going to click my speaker view now, and gives a shot of my life as I see myself on supersize. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go across to Marilee. Now I'm going to unmute Marilee, and she's going to come on. But please do allow me just to introduce this young lady, if I may, first. So, Marilee, are you there?
I'm here. Hi, everyone.
Yay, fantastic. Now, Marilee, you're a little bit quiet there, so if you can throw your voice a little bit or get a bit closer to the microphone, because we don't want to miss anything that you've got to say.
All right, I'll try my best.
Excellent, good girl. So, Marilee, I understand that you are living in South Africa, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Wonderful. And I also understand that you are part of Darlene's team, is that also correct?
That's correct, yes.
And there is an expression that I think many people will be familiar with, which is speed of the leader, speed of the team. And we all know Darlene is going at a rather rate of knots, and it would appear that you are doing exactly the same. Well, this is good news. So what I'd like to do, if I may, please, Marilee, is I'd like to ask you some questions. And it would be wonderful if you could share with us some inspiration and information. So start, please, by telling us, what is it that you do? So over to you, Marilee.
Okay, I'm a gymnastics coach, and I do voluntary work with children with disabilities in learning. And of course, the full-time job is being a single mom of 3.
Wow, a single mom of 3 children. Okay, yes, that is a full-time job in itself. And you say you do voluntary work, is that right, Marilee?
That's correct, yes.
Wow, well, that's amazing. And it's with children with special needs, is that right?
Yes, learning disabilities, children that doesn't get well in school. So I take them and I help them to learn, and with special movements and the gymnastics, it's a really good teamwork.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, we get the kids up the standard for the next level.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Marilee. Okay, so tell us how you heard about doTERRA.
Okay, a wonderful lady, Darlene Stein, I think everyone have heard of her, has introduced me to essential oils. Darlene sent me a few video clips, and I was immediately hooked. And yeah, I spoke to you, Peter, and you invited me to an introductory class. And Deborah was hosting the class, and it was excellent. And just after the class, I signed up, and I'm an advocate at the stage.
Yay! Fantastic. Okay. So well done on Darlene on not wasting an opportunity when she got involved to reach out. I think that's a key in itself. So I'm so pleased that Darlene did do that. I really, really am. So you're doing very well. Is probably a little bit of an understatement. In fact, I think this is just your second month. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes, it's the second.
Okay.
Month.
Wow. And what rank are you, Marilee, please?
Elite rank.
Wow. Okay. So just not even at the end of your second full month, and you've already hit elite.
Yes.
Wow. This is absolutely amazing. So now I'm going to ask you a question, and I don't even know if you're going to know the answer to this, but I actually went on and checked. Okay, but I'm going to ask you to see if you've got your finger on the pulse here. So how many people have you actually got in your team already?
I think I've got 42-ish. I'm busy enrolling after the Zoom. I'm going to enroll 2 people as well. So
wow, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. So I think you've already enrolled somebody else today prior, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
So will this be the second person today that you've enrolled?
Yes.
You just say that with so much modesty. Yeah. Wow, amazing. So there's going to be people wondering here right now. I mean, that's amazing. So how did you, how have you been finding people to be able to join you? Kind of what activities have you done?
As I've learned from the pros and what I've learned from you and Dalian is my first thing was to get people I know involved, telling them about what's going on and how they are about the product. And after I've enrolled 4 people that I know, I started to come out of my comfort zone and started on Facebook advertising. And as soon as I get people that are interested, I also introduce them to the Zoom introductory class, because I think that is the point where to get people hooked.
Well done. You're absolutely right. And, for those people who are listening in, they may be thinking that, yeah. But this is the system. This is the system. And we do say start with where there is a relationship of know, like, and trust. And you've had some success with that. And now you're reaching out to people that you don't know by basically, taking on board some of the different activities that can be done. I think that's absolutely amazing. It is amazing. And you're starting to get duplication going on within your team as well. That's correct, is it not?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes. So you now have people in your team who are getting very busy and also enrolling people. Is that correct?
That's exactly what's going on. And I'm very proud of every single one of them.
Exactly. And I do believe we're going to hear from one of your ladies as well on this call this evening, which of course is Milani, who's also in your team. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yay! 2 power girls. Wonderful. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. So tell me, why are you so passionate about doTERRA?
I think my family deserves more than I can give them. And with doTERRA, the door is open. I can help my family as well as people that is in need of health issues. So this is very important to me, and I think this is my passion.
Wow, that's amazing. I think people who genuinely love the products and people who genuinely want to be able to help people do really, really well in doTERRA. And I guess as a mum, and you mentioned that you're a single mum, you've got 3 little ones. How old are the little ones there, Marilee?
My daughter is 10 years old, and I've got 2 boys. The one is 8, and the baby is 3 years old.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So what you're doing is just outstanding. It just goes to show you that, if you really believe in what it is that you're doing, you find ways. I'm pretty sure that that's exactly what you've done, Marilee, yeah?
Yes.
So, what are your business goals in doTERRA?
At first, it's definitely to become country founder. I think that is all of us in my team, and then eventually to be presidential Blue Diamond for South Africa.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And why do you think it's important for you to kind of set these sights high as you have? Why is it important for you to get to founder into Blue Diamond and Presidential Diamond? Why would you say that is?
I think it will be beneficial for my children as a single mom, and not just for myself, but for people that can be in the same situation as I am.
Okay.
It's not easy in South Africa to get work and to be with your children at the same time. So I think this is the ideal. And if you look at the doTERRA's business module, it just makes sense.
It does.
Helping myself and helping my kids.
Perfect.
And other people at the same time.
I don't think it gets any better that, you know, we can reach out and make a difference in other people's lives, and do so by the process help ourselves. I think that's wonderful. I think that's wonderful. So let's switch it a little bit away from the business just for a moment, and let's talk a little bit about product, if that's okay, Marilee. So now I understand. I'm just trying to see where you've gone. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So I understand you've had a major health issue, and when we were chatting about it today, I asked if it was okay, if you were comfortable to talk about it, and you said you were. So thank you, because I appreciate this must be difficult. So can you tell us a little bit about this major health issue? Could you tell us a little bit about that, please, Marilee?
Yes, I would. I was diagnosed with cervical cancer right after my son's birth, the one who's 3 years old now. And they had to do a hysterectomy, which was a success. So, it was a scary time in my life. And I had two concerns. What about my children? And it never must come back. So I had a daily routine with the oils now set up every single day. That I use, and I really think it works. The first thing I use is frankincense, then of course copaiba, my favorite, and lemon, and on guard. And with the hysterectomy, every woman will know the hormones is not lekker. So, and was going crazy. So the Clearly Calm really works for me.
Wow. Okay, so firstly, I'm so pleased to hear that you that it was successful, the operation, and I can only imagine how scary, you know, that must have been, Marilee, 100%. And as a single mum with 3 children, I can imagine the sort of worries and concerns you may have had, you know, if they had not have been able to successfully do the operation. So I can see why now it kind of fits together for me now. I can see why you're so passionate about, you know, reaching out and becoming successful and putting something in place that provides for your family. And I can also see why you would be very serious about establishing a daily wellness routine to do all you can to be able to reduce unnecessary risks of the cancer returning. So I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yes, perfectly.
That's wonderful. So you've had some really good experiences using the Clearly Calm, though, in terms of helping you with the balance, the hormones. Is that right?
Totally. I think I'm sparing everyone a scream now and then.
So how have you been using the Clearly Calm in particular for the benefit of those people that are relatively new? How have you been using it, and what benefit have you found in how it's been materializing for you?
Okay, it's really calming. So it really calms me whenever I feel stressed and emotional and want to cry and scream and yell at the same time. So it really works. And for the hot flashes, you won't believe it, I'm still young, but I've got hot flashes. It really works.
And how do you actually use the Clearly Calm? In which way do you actually apply and where to get the benefit?
Oh, it's a perfect roller bottle. So it's very cute, and it's behind the ears and where the pain is in the neck. Oh no, it really works, and it's easy and it smells deliciously.
Oh wow! Okay, that's fantastic. Great stuff. So that's your personal experience. Tell me a little bit about your father, please, and the experience that your father has had from these essential oils. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
Okay, my dad had a stroke at the age of 56. So he was really young when he had a stroke, and not one, there was a few strokes. That left him with a lot of brain damage, and the damage was mostly at the brain stem. So that is the important part of the brain for the emotions. And he was struggling with depression a lot because he wasn't the man he used to be. He only had 20% vision. what he can see. He had balancing problems, so he's struggling with how to walk. And his left side is totally numb. It doesn't have any feeling. So yeah, it was a bit hectic for all of us. And I wished I knew about doTERRA a bit earlier in my life, because I think we all would have used Serenity and Balance a lot, because this was a really emotional time for all of us. But I've put him on a very exciting daily routine. I've put him on frankincense, lavender as well, lemon for a bit of energy because he's lacking that, peppermint for circulation because he doesn't walk that much, so the circulation in his legs and in his feet are a bit bad, and that's a bit worrying. And then Serenity for the depression. And my deal with him is whenever he drinks a cup of coffee, he must apply the oil.
What a great idea. And how many cups of coffee would you say he drinks a day?
A minimum of 6 cups.
Oh, okay. What a great idea that is. What a great idea. So every time he goes to drink a cup of coffee, he knows that he's applying it. So that's a great way of what we call anchoring. That's what that is. It's anchoring something to it, and it makes it us more likely to follow through. That's a great idea. Well, I think that deserves a big round of applause. I love that idea. I love it. I love it. Wow, Wendell. And has your father seen a notable difference because of the oils?
Yes, this is a really exciting times because we can really see a difference in him. He played bowling a few weeks back, and a man who only see 20% of his vision had came second place. So
Yay!
with a little bit of coaching,
fantastic.
and yes, oils and coaching, it works.
Wow, that's amazing. That makes me so happy. That is just a wonderful, wonderful story. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, there's one more final little testimonial you have, and this is about the essential oils with one of your children, isn't it? That's your daughter in particular.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that experience, please.
Okay. Lumity, my daughter, is 10 years old, and she has chronic headaches and migraines. And it was a bit of concern for me to put her on a migraine kit. As a child for 10 years old, it's a bit hectic. And so we tried a few different oils to help with the migraines. And the thing that have been working for her a lot lately is the deep blue that she applies to the temples of her head as well as on the neck. And peppermint is great. So we apply it on under the feet, and she put it on her thumb, and she places it into the plate of her mouth. And she goes and sleep for about 10 to 15 minutes. And when she wakes, the headaches are gone. So
Yay!
It's a bonus. Yes, it's a bonus for all of us, and this really has a deep impact in our lives.
Wow, that is amazing. Molly, there is so much wonderful information you've shared with us tonight. You really are a star. We're so proud of you. We know that there's an amazing future for you here in doTERRA. We're going to be hearing so much about your success and your team's success over the coming months. And I'm so delighted that the oils are having such a significant impact in your life. I know I'm proud of you, and I know that Darlene she's smiling there like a big cat that's got the cream. She really is. So, Marlene, thank you so much for sharing that with us. That was absolutely inspirational. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Peter. Before I go, can I just say a big thank you to Darlene and to you, Peter, as well. And to all my team members, you all are a great inspirational to me and very important to me. So just keep up the good work. I'm proud of every single one of you.
Wow, that's amazing. You were born for this, girl. You absolutely were. Okay, so everyone, that was Marilee. I'm sure you got lots of inspiration from that. Let me just stop that recording.